are dominoes that need to continue to fall here. My sister named over 40 men in her depositions.
You know, just coming back from the Pam Bondi hearing and just the lack of respect and acknowledgement that Pam Bondi owes survivors, it's so very clear.
Virginia Giuffre's family is speaking out, and they are furious. For years, they say, the world ignored her truth. But now, with Prince Andrew's arrest, they feel a long overdue vindication.
It's the least that we can do for her, right? She spent her entire life protecting her little brother, protecting her family, protecting everyone's children, future, protecting her survivor sisters. And there's this sense of obligation to her legacy, to her work, that, you know, we're determined to see through. We're determined to pull her across that finish line, even if she's not here, to pull her survivors.
Amanda Roberts, Giuffre's sister-in-law, didn't hold back. She slammed former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. Her words cut deep, a searing indictment of the institutions that failed her sister.
I would say on this side of the pond, in the U.S., in our very own backyard, we have seen far less action, and it is quite shameful on our part. You know, just coming back from the Pam Bondi hearing and just the lack of respect and acknowledgement that Pam Bondi owes survivors, it's so very clear. And so what I would say on our end is that the Department of Justice needs to finish this job and do it correctly, right? We need to continue to protect the survivors. We need to unmask the co-conspirators and potential perpetrators. And then we need to see indictments. We need to see further investigations like the UK, like Norway, right? I mean, we're talking about the UK that maybe has a small handful of people that are implicated versus the United States, who potentially has dozens of names of men, of perpetrators. And so we need to do our job here.
Sky Roberts, Giuffre's brother, told the Associated Press bluntly that Andrew's arrest proves his sister was telling the truth all along.
Absolutely. I think it's a domino effect right now. I think we should absolutely commend the King, and we should commend the UK on how they've been handling the situation thus far. I can only relate in certain ways with how hard that would be to go up against one of your own relatives, specifically your brother. But yes, I think we have a long way to go here. There are dominoes that need to continue to fall here. My sister named over 40 men in her depositions. I think she's case in point where she's proven to be a truth teller. She had no reason to lie. She came forward because it was like the most basic level. She came forward because she wanted to protect the next generation, to inspire others to really realize that an ordinary girl can absolutely do extraordinary things. And she's proving that to the world today. So I hope that we take a closer look at Virginia's depositions. I think we should take a closer look at our survivor sisters and their depositions and what they've given already to our own government. And at this point, the real question is, when are we going to start believing survivors? Today was a win for all survivors out there. I want to use this moment to say Virginia did this for you. She did this for the next generation. I mean, even though Andrew was arrested for potentially sharing trade secrets, this is the next step in actual justice. If these men were potentially capable of harming or violating the most heinous act that you can do out there with sexual assault, what else are they going to be capable of?
Apart from this, Andrew's brother, King Charles III, made a rare public appearance today, stepping into a crowd filled with cheers, groans, and shouted questions. Reporters pressed for a reaction, but the king refused to answer, deliberately avoiding the cameras, turning his back on the press, and walking past the flashbulbs without a word.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Do you have any reaction to the arrest of your brother, sir?
Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest?
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest? Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Do you have any reactions to the arrest of your brother, sir?
Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest?
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest?
King Charles III appeared before the public today, just hours after his brother Prince Andrew was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Stepping out at London Fashion Week, the king wore a dark suit, facing a mix of cheers, groans, and shouted questions from the crowd. Reporters demanded his reaction, but Charles did not answer. He avoided the cameras, turned his back on the press, waved to the public, and walked inside, a rare public display of restraint amid a growing royal scandal.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Do you have any reactions to the arrest of your brother, sir?
Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest?
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest?
Earlier, the king had released a statement emphasizing that the law must take its course and that he learned of the arrest with deepest concern. He added that the investigation would follow the full, fair and proper process by which this issue is investigated in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities, pledging the royal family's full and wholehearted support and cooperation. Charles made it clear he would not comment further as the investigation continues, stressing the monarchy's duty and service above all else. The Prince and Princess of Wales also expressed support for the King's statement, signaling unity among senior royals amid the mounting crisis. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, who turned 66 on Thursday, recently moved to Charles's Norfolk estate after being evicted from his longtime Windsor residence earlier this month. While he has denied wrongdoing over his connections to Giuffre Epstein, he has not responded directly to the latest allegations tied to his role as the UK trade envoy. The arrest marks a significant escalation, turning a long-running controversy into a formal criminal investigation. Police searches in Norfolk and Berkshire, combined with Andrew's release under investigation, have intensified public scrutiny. Sarah Ferguson may soon find herself under police scrutiny following the arrest of her ex-husband, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Top British legal sources tell Page 6 the Duchess of York could be questioned by Thames Valley Police in connection with the widening investigation. Now, there is no evidence of criminal wrongdoing by Ferguson, but a senior barrister tells Page 6, quote, "The police may have a basis for questioning Sarah Ferguson, as she may be a relevant witness in this case." Authorities arrested Andrew early Thursday on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Investigators allege he may have forwarded confidential trade documents to Giuffre Epstein during his time as a British trade envoy. If convicted, he could face a maximum sentence of life in prison. Police have not confirmed whether Ferguson will be questioned, but legal insiders say it is entirely up to investigators who they decide to call in, and that possibility alone is sending shockwaves through royal circles. The renewed scrutiny comes after the latest release of Epstein files, a tranche of emails that reportedly include messages involving Ferguson herself. According to those files, she allegedly asked Epstein for financial help, even offering to work for him. In one reported 2010 email, she allegedly wrote, quote, "Just marry me." The optics have been damaging. 6 companies where Ferguson was listed as sole director are now shutting down, according to CNN. Her charity, Sarah's Trust, which focused on women and children, is also closing for the foreseeable future. In a statement, the trust said, quote, "With regret, the charity will shortly close for the foreseeable future." All of this unfolding just as Andrew was taken into custody, and notably, the arrest happened on his 66th birthday. Hours later, he was photographed leaving Aylsham Police Station. Images showed the former prince reclined in the back seat of a vehicle shortly after 1900 GMT, escorted away following questioning. At the time of Andrew's arrest, Ferguson was believed to be in the United Arab Emirates. Before that, she reportedly spent time in the French Alps, seeking winter sun after being evicted from Royal Lodge, the former residence she once shared with Andrew. Despite years of public controversy, Ferguson has consistently defended her ex-husband, even after he lost his royal title. Now, as investigators continue their work, the question lingers: will Sarah Ferguson be formally questioned? And if so, what does she know? For now, her representatives have declined to comment, but with police widening their investigation and the royal family under renewed scrutiny, this story is far from over.